Hello, hello, hello. Piled up right there. How is everybody doing? Happy Thursday. Oh my gosh, I look like crap. Uh, anyway, hey Julie, hey MG, hey Kinlan, hello Harmony, and Maria, and Gal, and Flies By, and Dreamsicle, and Sassy, Stephanie, Shelby, Harmony, well, sorry, Stephanie, Maria. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing? I just wanted to hop on real quick. I was gonna freaking use my new intro that Mother Teresa did for me. It is so cute, and I just love it. She did such a sweet, awesome job for me. And if y'all are not subscribed to her channel yet, please do so. It's Crafting with Mother Teresa Thompson. And if I was a little bit more prepared, I'd have a link, but I would definitely drop that link again. Oh, there you go. Good. There's Mother Teresa. Crafting with Mother Teresa Thompson is her page. Um, can one of my mods please run to her page and grab the link? And anybody else in here with the page, please also feel free to share everybody's page because we are women that support women. Women that support women. Not women that support lying witches. Which, I want to also start out with this by saying, I know a lot of people did Bob Saget streams today. And had I been a little bit more prepared, I would have done one myself because, oh my gosh, this sounds bad. Hi, Sarah. Okay, is this any better? Hello, 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 test, test, test. Is it better? Is it better? Okay, perfect. Here we go. So anyway, I don't know if y'all heard what I said, but this Bob Saget story has me shook, y'all. And I know this is about the witch, and we will get to it because, oh my God, she's just, whenever like on American Idol back in the day when they used to show all the bad people sing, and like you know how that's the definition of secondhand embarrassment for me, is that like watching these people sing their hearts out and think they're awesome and they suck. That's kind of how the witch reminds me. It makes me feel every time I watch her just fucking embarrassed. No, but before we get into all that, because main reason is, like I said, I'm a woman, I'm a word. Although I cannot figure out Twitter. Every time I try to share the petition on my Twitter, it asks me for my password. I don't know my password, so I've got a long drive tomorrow, and I'm not driving, so I'll have plenty of time to do all kinds of stuff. Okay, so if you guys have not caught up, mind's blown. Okay, so we all know Bob Saget passed away on January 9th, and like I said, this is just going to be a little preface before we get started. They had reported that he had a fall. I didn't think anything of it, must have went to sleep and just ignored it. And what does she do now? She's just embarrassed. Like, I'll tell you in a second, Mother Teresa. She's so predictable. Okay, hold on. Y'all know I've got to focus. So autopsy comes back, and I think it was last Friday that the autopsy came back. I mean, as far as they knew, the family had made a statement. His wife, Kelly Rizzo, was on a stage doing stand-up in his honor the day that they passed away. And I don't know what made me ignore this, because I had been waiting on hearing about this, and I remember the news thing flashing down my phone, but it wasn't, I guess, until today that I sat down and kind of looked at stuff, and I was watching the news, and that man, so it's believed, and from what I understood, that he told his wife that, Christopher, hold on one second, please. Why do you do? Are you in the background? Can you go that way, sweetie? I don't want you to be seen. He comes creeping around the corner, creep, creep,
Creep. No, the headboard's not believable because they went into the Ritz-Carlton and they actually put those bats down, please. Please. Anyway, they went to the Ritz-Carlton and the headboards are upholstery. They're soft. So, no. They actually did a whole, a news segment today where they went and looked at everything in the room, and it's just kinda like I mean, but this is the part that blew my mind, y'all. Hold on, let me just pull it all up to make sure I don't miss anything. They said the blows to the back of the head that he sustained were not only to the back of the head, and yes, I did say blows. They were to the back of the head, and they were to the front of the head and the face and the orbits. He had a huge area of bleeding right here called a subdural hematoma. And this is all on the heels of finding out that his family put an emergency injunction in to keep anything else from going to the media. Okay. They said, and there were so many neurological doctors, neurosurgeons on TV today being interviewed, and they said that the trauma that was sustained to Bob Saget's head should have been the force of a baseball bat or falling 2 to 3 stories off of a building. So this little because as soon as I heard he bumped his head and went to sleep and didn't think anything of it, I said, well, he had to have a congenital malformation then. I mean, he had to have something that he was born with that he had to hit just right, like some kind of a aneurysm or a something back there. And then to find out that there's just you and I tried all day long to figure out how in the world somebody gonna hit the back of their head like that. Hold on one second, one more time, please. Sorry. Anyway, so to find that out today, to find out he had multiple brain bleeds, he had, I mean, obviously he herniated in his sleep, meaning that the pressure probably took his ventricles in his brain. They kind of look like a butterfly right here, and shifted it one way or the next, or he had a brainstem herniation, um, all of which will kill you, make you stop breathing. So, mind's blown finding this out. Does this mean he was murdered? Does this mean to me, it's suspicious AF that the wife is now bear in mind, this is his second wife. She's also a comedian, not the mother of his children. Um, I don't know. It's just very so it's you're right, Nurse Jen, so suspicious. Sorry, I'm not highlighting y'all's comments. Crazy. Hey, big bad wolf. Sorry. Y'all, just insane. I just thought I would bring. I was really consumed with that a couple of hours, like right when I got to work today, and I was like, because we have a TV in the break room, and I was watching it on the news, and that's why I was like, "What?" I knew that that didn't make any sense. Like I knew I was like, "Well, obviously he had a malformation." Hey, Heidi. But anyway, I should have really prepped a little bit better. I didn't plan on going live. See, your fiance is a physician, and he said it's extremely suspicious. It is. And I mean, and she put a halt on any 911 calls that are gonna come through, or that gonna be like we all know about FOIA requests now, right? We're all well versed. Hey, KK, sorry if I'm missing anybody. We're all very well versed on FOIA requests. So basically, that's all it would take would be a news person to FOIA request any of those things, and she put it all to be basically temporarily blocked by the media. They claim, hey, Nuts and Board, they claimed it was for he was at the Ritz-Carlton in Orlando. They said they saw him go into his room at 2 AM. He tweeted at 3 AM. Um, And then after that, I don't know what time his wife called the hotel and was freaking out to the point of where they had to go in and break off the locks to get in to the hotel, where they find him peacefully sleeping. But what they didn't tell you is that he has huge raccoon eyes at this point, blackened eyes, blackened nose, facial fractures, and a blow to the back of the head with a laceration. And all of this ended up resulting in, let me see, I know there was a subdural bleed, there was another bleed. Let's see. It was head trauma, but it was also, I know I read an article earlier that said the exact areas of bleeding, but it was a lot. So I'm going to be like really paying close attention to that, because I'm just like, there's no way you can't. I mean, to fall and hit the back of your head's one thing in the bathtub, but I mean, and like one of the surgeons said on TV, like the only really way that you can go and is when you're falling down steps, or if you're unrestrained in an automobile. Think of anything that can make you jar your head like this, that's the only way you're going to be able to do that to yourself. So it would have to be in a car, at, all-terrain vehicle, um, something like that, where you're not restrained and you're able to have multiple points of impact. So to me, it sounds like he was beat in the head. I mean, if what they say is true, and if what they say, he went to his comedy show, there's no drugs, there's no alcohol in his system. He did have COVID. He did. Now, I will say this was weird. And I saw Heather McDonald. I'm going to play this really quick and then we'll get to the important stuff. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Now, this is another really weird conspiracy theory about this, is that they're saying, like, Heather McDonald is another stand-up comedian. That's something similar. I mean, let's see, I can play it. So basically, I'm going to play a little bit of this. Hold on. Because I know, and then after Heather McDonald, I mean, after I heard about this, I was watching a couple things, and they said that Heather McDonald was also doing stand-up. She also had just gotten her, well, I'll just let you see it. And then after that, there was a video of her having a discussion with Dr. Drew about it, because Heather McDonald, after this fall, gets rushed to the hospital, gets an entire stroke workup, gets an entire whole head to toe workup, because this is crazy. Watch.
Care, but I want you to know, double vaxxed, booster, flu shot, and I'm going to be honest, I have the shingle shot too. And I still get my period. What? Yes. Traveled, went to Mexico twice, did shows, meet and greets, never got COVID. Clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice. So nice.
Okay. So I think everybody in the crowd at that point thought this was part of her skit, and it was clearly not. She had to be rushed to the ER after this fall. If you'll notice her abdomen, look at her breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing is a sign of respiratory incompetence. And it's sudden. So that happened. And what they were kind of saying is it's just really, really weird. Hold on one second. Let me stop this. That two comedians, like, and if he did really fall like that, but still, even falling like that still isn't gonna fracture the front of your face. So, and then Dr. Drew was on with her, and you can look it up. because it's kind of lengthy, but he goes on to say that they are seeing after, and this is just like I said, what Dr. Drew said. I'm repeating what he said. I probably should play it so it doesn't sound like I'm saying this, but that they're seeing syncopal episodes like this happen. And did everybody see it, or do y'all want me to play it one more time? Yeah, okay. Let me see. Hold on.
But I want you to know, double vaxxed, booster, flu shot, and I'm going to be honest, I have the shingle shot too. And I still get my period. What? Yes. Traveled, went to Mexico twice, did shows, meet and greets, never got COVID. Clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice. So nice.
I mean, she just literally goes down and goes straight right into respiratory distress. Like I said, as you can see, her people's abdomen, you don't breathe like that unless you're trying hard to breathe. I mean, she looks almost like she's contracted or flaccid. Crazy. And so she was on with Dr. Drew, and he said that it was a thing that they were seeing with people getting syncopal episodes. And it's just weird because let's see, when did it happen, KK? Let me see. When did Heather McDonald fall? It was not long before. I mean, it was pretty recent. February 5th. So, but the point, like Heidi had just asked him, why is the wife hiding and trying to me, it screams guilt. I mean, why else would you want, to conceal anything like that? I would be like, all hands on deck. Let's see what the hell happened to my husband, And so it is weird. And like I said, let me see if I can find Dr. Drew's little clip. Maybe I can play a little bit of it so y'all can see, but it is kind of long. I mean, I could play this little snippet. I'm not sure what this clip's going to show, so we'll see if it works.
Traveled, went to Mexico twice, did shows, meet and greets, never got COVID. Clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously. So nice. So nice.
This is only a 4-minute clip, so I'm thinking, I wonder if I need to stop. Do I need to stop and commentate? Like I said, they would, maybe Dr. Drew will talk about it in just a second, because he talks about how she had to get an echocardiogram, a full stroke workup, and everything else. But he was saying that, I mean, she was just talking about being boosted with the COVID vaccine. And then
we looked back, and I did get the booster, which I had double Pfizer and Moderna booster, 3 weeks to the day of the fall. Is there anything that you've seen about time wise? Because when I asked the doctors about that, they said, "Oh, normally." Okay, go ahead.
2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks is where you see a lot of this stuff. I have a friend that got the booster, and he got really destroyed by it. He still can't walk across the room. He's having.
And this is not to scare anybody from getting the booster, by the way. This is all about Bob Saget, and this is kind of a little bit of the research that I did. in regards to this. So please, anybody, do not get this misconstrued. Please get vaccinated.
All kinds of symptoms. There's a lot of funny stuff. We don't really know what it all is and where it's coming from, but it's still worth doing it. I'm not at the point where I'm saying that it's still worth the risk, but it's got a lot of funny side effects, and syncope, it's called, fainting is one of them. And I think it's from the POTS syndrome, POTTS. And so, I was worried. What I wanted to check was to make sure you didn't have any evidence of myocarditis.
And myocarditis is inflammation of the heart.
That's why I wanted that, which is an inflammation of the heart, and it changes the way the heart muscle functions a little bit. That's why I was red hot on that.
Which could also affect your heart valves, and it could be very lethal, very quick. Also, not taking care of your teeth and not brushing your teeth could also cause myocarditis. Just fun fact.
Echocardiogram.
Right. Yeah, I mean, what can I do now? Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to get the 4th booster, though. I will say that.
There is not. There's not yet evidence. There's not science for that yet.
I'm done right now.
If you were 80, we'd be talking about. I literally talked about it to my 75 and 80-year-old patients this morning, that I was telling them, I think you're going to probably need it. You don't need it. There's no evidence for that. But the other thing that happened is you got a multi-million-dollar stroke workup, man. They did so much. They did an MRI, MRA. They did vascular studies of your neck and your heart. They did a great, huge workup on you. You must have been in that MRI scanner a lot.
Yeah, I think I went in a couple times, and then they did ultrasound for the heart and the neck area. They came in,
and what they're talking about is they scanned her carotids to make sure, because carotid stenosis can also cause clotting or closure of your carotid arteries, which decreases blood flow to the brain, which if you've got any kind of an occlusion there, it will cause you to faint. And they also did an echocardiogram on her heart to make sure everything was pumping correctly, that she didn't have some kind of a acute, like he said, myocarditis or cardiomegaly, which would cause wall motion to be decreased, which would then cause perfusion to be also decreased in your body. So I'll play a little bit left.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know. And that was my scary thing when they were like, okay, you're going to spend the night in the ICU. And I was like, oh, geez, And then they're like, and we have to give you this sponge bath and all this stuff so that you're ready to go in case we have to do a procedure. And I was like, whoa, am I going to wake up with like a shaven head and you guys are going to like do an emergency brain surgery? Like, that's what I was like, do I need my husband here? Because I don't want that to happen. I don't want to die. But and then they were like, no, that won't happen. I was like, okay. Cause I was scared. Like, do I have some ticking time bomb? Do I have some brain tumor I didn't know about? I mean,
So anyway, I just thought how remarkable and how strange today to see, hold on, all of this unfold, and to hear that this man literally was hit with the force of a baseball bat or falling 3 stories up. So I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, because I couldn't get that out of my mind today. Here I was thinking, he told us, his wife, he hit his head, no big deal. I'm going to sleep, babe, whatever. Good night, good night. And then now it's seal the documents. Nobody talk about anything. Don't ask any questions. Ooh. Why am I glitching? Is that better? Okay. I just thought it was really weird, and I'll be looking into it. So, oh man, I'm so sorry, Amy. What did Barbie say? I'm sorry if I've not said hi to y'all. Hello, Lisa Cox. Hello, Fun Size. But yeah, everything's up in the air. But I will definitely look into this more. Yes, I saw that today too. It was strange. It was strange. I saw that on TikTok. Let me see if I can play it really quick. Eerie. Here it is.
Diggs is dead 2 months before he dies. Podcast recorded October 25th, 2021.
Godfather, Wayne's World, Godfather 2, Goodfellas, Casino, Scarface.
So I don't have long to live, but these are your favorites. I'm going to be found dead in bed.
you better watch out. So I don't know. There's just something.
Woo! Chilly, chill bumps, chill bumps, chill bumps. What? Oh, thank you, Lisa. That's crazy. He said, like, if you like Scarface and if you like, you know, all these crazy gangster movies, then I better watch out because I'm gonna be found dead in bed. Now, it was probably just a coincidence, but that Heather McDonald stuff just tripped me right out today. Tripped me right out. I'll play it one more time for you guys. And I don't know anything about Epstein flight logs. I mean, sure.
He's dead 2 months before he dies. Podcast recorded October 25th, 2021.
Godfather, Wayne's World, Godfather 2, Goodfellas, Casino, Scarface. But
so I don't have long to live. These are your favorites. I'm going to be found dead in bed.
You better watch out. So
still freaks me out. Freaks me out. Freaks me out. Freaks me out. Oh, I don't know if he was tied to Epstein. I think a lot of people that was tied to Epstein, I don't think everybody that hung out with those elite, if you will, were necessarily involved in all that other crap. Why do I keep getting unsent messages by sender? Who's doing that, you guys? It freaks me out. Who's doing it? Anyway, now, does anybody have any questions about that before we move on? Because like I said, I couldn't help but like talk to y'all about this today because we talked about it at work and stuff, but boy, of course, me, the big conspiracy theorist, I'm having to go like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Because it does not align. It does not align whatsoever. So I'm going to have to change, I guess, my title to my thing now because we did do a little bit of discussing about this for 30 minutes, actually. But yeah, and I'm going to drop the link in case anybody wants to come up because now we're going to talk about I need a hero. Siwa's such a hero. Do I really, Heidi? Thanks. I barely have any makeup on. And I was actually gonna not wear my I was gonna wear my eyeball tonight. But yeah, I hate those unsending messages. And it's doing it again. Who's doing it? Thanks, Heidi. That's sweet. You're the natural beauty. I gotta see who's doing it. I gotta see if it's who I think. Nope, not who I think. Who's going rogue, everybody? There's something I don't know? Oh, I will, KK, and I should. And I thought about that today. I was like, if only I should have just made this whole stream about that. Oh well. We'll follow up on it as we find out more. But yes, I love to talk medicine. I love to talk current events. I love to talk all that stuff, and especially things that I'm really knowledgeable about. Those are my really favorite things to talk about. But in the meantime, we'll talk about our other mission at hand, if you will. I've noticed the witch has been on her best behavior lately. Congratulations, Siwa. Now she's moved on to different oh yeah, broken orbitals, that's right. Broken orbitals, several hemorrhages here. I think there was several. And again, it was such enough hemorrhage to increase intracranial pressure to the point of brain herniation. And when you have brain herniation, your brainstem is the house for all of your neurological activity, breathing, heartbeat, blah, 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 blah. I want you to do Jelani Day with me. What's Jelani Day? I would be happy to. Because I'll say it again, Heidi. Like I really started getting into true crime before I ever got into reality TV. Like I seriously was friends with like Stephen Avery's family, like right when Making a Murderer came out. And I had a really good friend that ended up being a pretty big YouTuber. And we were all like kind of like this community. We were kind of like all enmeshed in a community and we were just armchair sleuths, just digging. I was like doing like actual scientific testing with it was a lot because I strongly believe that Stephen Avery is 100% innocent. If you have not watched Making a Murder 1 and 2, I suggest you do so. Oh, we could have some discussions. The young man. Oh, I would love to. I love medicine. I really miss my calling. I should have been a doctor. I really should have. And I wish I'd have known that when I became a nurse. But when I was a nurse, when I became a nurse, I was like, I don't know anything. I have no idea what I'm talking about or what I'm doing. So, but, well, yes, I would love to look into that. Definitely. Because if there's something I do know, it's medicine. The Ken and Barbie killers? That sounds so familiar. Me too, Nurse Jen. Do you think he's innocent too? I was friends with Carla. Actually, I had the like secret code basically because he got lots of fan mail and you had to put something secret on the front of the envelope to be able to get to Steven. But I was so scared that he would write me back and Jason would flip out if I got like Stephen Avery writing me a letter back. But yeah, if y'all have not, we could definitely make this happen. And I'm really good at that true crime stuff, but I really honed in on the Stephen Avery case because there is just absolutely no way that man killed that girl. No way. Not when that state owed him $83 million that was coming out of their pockets, not their insurance pockets, because they did not have, they found a piece of paper that extinguished any way to use any of their insurances to pay Stephen Avery his $83 million for wrongful conviction and incarceration. So what they do instead? They framed him for a murder. Yes, Stephen Avery was found guilty. He's still waiting on Kathleen Zellner, who's one of the biggest exoneration attorneys in the country, to get him out of prison. And the state of Wisconsin, I do not think will ever, ever budge. They killed her sister too, didn't they? No, they just killed Teresa Halbach. And they didn't really have a body. They had a bunch of incinerated bones. Later to find out, a lot of those bones were mixed in with animal bones. So Paul Bernardo and Carla Homolka were and Ken. Yes, I've heard of them. Yes. I've definitely heard of them. I've definitely heard of them. I watch a lot of Dateline. I watch a lot of ID. I love documentaries. Love it. We're gonna end up having to change the title of this stream, which is fine with me because I love good conversation. Ken and Barbie. Yeah, that's the couple. Oh, they did that to their little sister. It sounds familiar. Anne Rule. Interesting. Really, y'all know a lot more about the Carla, but God, I've got to look this up. Ken and Barbie killers. Okay. Canadian killer who accomplice to Paul Bernardo and rape and murder released 3 minors between 1992. Yes. I definitely watched this Dateline. I just need a refresher. But oh, I love documentaries, Fun Size. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, gosh. Oh Lord. Oh, that's so horrible. It's so, and I've told y'all a million times that I deal with 2 types of patients. I have patients that are normal patients that are children and everything else. And then I also have very high profile inmates as patients. We have 2 different sections. So like depending on our assignments, 2 totally different areas of the hospital, depending on our assignments for the day, it's like you're either working in free world or you're working with the inmates. And man, some of the people that you guys would be, okay, so I'm not going to even discuss specific patients because I don't want anybody to get that misconstrued and try to like report me to my board or whatever. Hey, ambulance girl. But yes, some of these people they have the most heinous things that you could ever freaking think of that don't necessarily make it on Dateline. Y'all wouldn't believe me if I told y'all some of this stuff. Well, then I would have to watch this, and maybe we could talk about it. A little bit of change up. I might have to change my name before all this is over too. 90 Days on Blast does true crime. Hi, Hate Blue. How are you? But I love talking about it. It's so interesting. Hope you're having a good night, girl. Let's see, another good, but like I said, making like true crime on blast. You're on to something, Chantel. I like that. True crime on blast. It has a ring to it. But yeah, let me think of yeah, Stephen Avery's case is just the one I really got into, like the most. I literally spent so much time. I will never, like, out by my pool. It was spring, summer, and I would just sit out there with my laptop. Like, it was almost like, I mean, I put so much time into that. It was almost like I was in college, like hours upon hours upon hours. And one of my really good friends, if there's Jen, if you were really invested in Stephen Avery's case, I don't know if you follow or if you've ever heard of TikTok Manitowoc. He's got a huge following on Twitter. He's one of my very, very, very good friends, and he knows everything there is to know about this case. He actually has a line of communication with Kathleen Zellner and actually helps her, like, do stuff. Oh my God, the Watts case. The only, there's so many things to do with the Watts case that are crazy. Like Nicole, whatever happened to Nicole? Where the hell did Nicole go? Speaking of witness protection, I don't know if he's so much doing. I mean, he used to have the big, huge Making a Murderer subreddit on Reddit, and then he got banned because he was doxing, but it was stupid. It wasn't doxing. We were all trying to figure this shit out, like right when it came out. And so we were just putting addresses and stuff in there and whatever. They were really just jealous of him, but he's on Twitter. And I'm trying like hell to get him to come up, but he's always been anonymous and nobody knows who he is. And he takes that shit seriously for some reason. I don't know. I know who he is, but he don't want nobody else to know. Yes, Christina Randall does. Hey, Sassy Susie. She could be hiding in a tent in Texas. Did y'all know that the witch will never, ever give us an update on the tent? She said, ever, never. Now we're going to slide on into the witch. And if y'all have not signed the petition yet, why didn't I get more prepared? Why didn't I put and Teresa's not in here, so I can't draw. If any mods can go to my community tab, please, and get the petition. I've gotten a lot of pushback. I've seen a lot of pushback. I heard that Danny Robertson reported our petition. I heard that Phil, he's running another hate campaign. He can't be bothered with Siwa's. Oh God, me neither, girl. Me neither, girl. The petition is to get the witch off of YouTube. Oh, Chantel, we can do some armchair sleuthing, You think you heard what about who? Brittany Gosney case? Let me look. All these names run together, but we can compile a list and get down and get into some of this stuff because I love to dig. Like, y'all know that my second job is medical malpractice legal consultation, but basically what that is me digging and finding evidence and digging and digging and digging and digging and applying my medical knowledge and so that I can help attorneys prove their cases from a nursing standpoint. And so I love to dig. I love it. I love to research. I love doing all of it. So, oh wow, it was recent. Oh wow, no, I don't. This girl does not look familiar, but I would love to look into it. She killed her little boy. I will. How are you, Sassy Susie? What was I just saying before that? What were we saying? What were we saying? What were we saying? Yeah, Brittany Gosney. I'll have to look into that too. Ooh, y'all are getting me all excited. Am I writing inmates or talking to them? I think it was you. Are you talking to me? Sarah B, are you talking to me? Oh, the petition. Boom. Okay. No, I'm not, oh, I know, but I love it. Well, I'm just a consultant ambulance girl. So they basically hire me to look and like I get the causation if it's for a plaintiff. If I'm reading for a hospital, I get the causation from the plaintiff, and then I take that causation. And if they say they didn't do this, this, and this, and this, and this, I'm like, okay, and then I'm gonna find where they did it, right? Or if I can't, then I'm like, I can't find that. It is not in here. That's what I do. I'm not writing inmates, Sarah B. I'm gonna have to get into some true crime because that's really my passion. And y'all will never, ever, ever, ever get me to shut up when we're talking about true crime. Not that you can't now. Sarah B, I don't think Sarah B is the witch. No, I didn't write him. I wouldn't be opposed to it. And it has nothing to do with your friend, Siwa. What it has to do with is the fact that your friend's writing him. Why don't you ask your friend? I'm sorry, Sarah B, if you're not Siwa's friend, you might be the wrong person. Because I know Sarah Z is in here, but Sarah B, I can't remember. But no, I wasn't writing prisoners, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. Oh, she's not. Okay, I didn't think so. Oh. No, Sarah B, I've never written an inmate ever. Ever. I've wanted to write Stephen Avery really bad, but I just knew like I said, I just knew my husband would have a fit. I'd do it now probably. Did you fudge that? She's not a Siwa supporter. I'm so sorry, Sarah B. I did not mean to classify you as such. But as everybody can see, oh, you sent me the link for the info. Thank you, Chantel. Oh, she saw the light like the rest of us. Well, welcome, Sarah. No, I get blamed for lots of things. In fact, most things I get. Okay. Sorry, Sarah B. I'm so sorry. Please don't get mad at me. I've seen her name too. I was like, I thought we were cool, Sarah B. No, but y'all, I'm not ruthless. I'm really not. And I just think what's ruthless is when people take advantage of people and people use situations and they put a little Hollywood into it because it makes them more of a victim, and making them more of a victim gets their subs heartstrings to be pulled, and pulling their subs heartstrings makes more money come in. And I'm not like, if I was going to sit up here and say that for any other reason that's what I do, what I'm doing about Siwa, oh, please do, Kelly, please do. I have a huge problem with that. I have a huge problem with taking advantage of people's vulnerabilities, whether it's with deceased loved ones, whether it's with just anything. I just feel like it is wrong. I feel like it is a scam. I feel like, just like Amanda tricked us and fooled us all for sympathy. I feel like that C was just another a person just like Amanda. I feel like that. Thank you, Harmony. I gotta put my hair back because this is driving me nuts. Somebody, I didn't even know there was a hateful Reddit on Reddit, and somebody said I have boomer fried hair, and I did just now. I saw it. It's that same side that was. In fact, when I get off of here, I'm going to wash it, and I'm going to. I gotta go pack some stuff, pack my bags. But I'm gonna stay on for about 15 more minutes. But anyway, I just really, she's acting like the petition's not a big deal. And I'm just kidding, Sarah. I'm sorry. I know I would be insulted too, and I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm really sorry. But the bottom line is, it's like, even if we take the racial component out of it, because I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I don't think you can sign it daily, but you can educate your friends and family. What is this community called anyway? Shit, I don't know, Amy Austin. I don't know anymore. I have no idea. We can all suggest names and we can nickname it ourselves if you'd like, because I don't even know anymore. But I literally feel like I have a due diligence and something to do. Like, I feel like even if I just keep talking till I'm blue in the face and nothing happens, I feel like if we don't do something about her taking advantage of people, then she's going to continue to take advantage of people. I also feel like that, you know, as many times, and like I keep calling her out about the tent because I want her to respond. Well, her response the other day is, I'm not saying anything about the tent. Well, it's because you don't have it, or it's because you did something else with it, because you are not honest. And so for that, we created this petition. Again, if you think we're reaching at your racially insensitive post, so be it. But we're not reaching at the fact that you scam people for money. You show their private DMs when they order spells from you. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Well, it's because most of it's fake, Trisha. This part that's real, I really need to get it. It's about to hear. I need to get it taken out and all this stuff. Why is every time I go live, does the bullfrog go live? Does everybody know who the bullfrog is by now? Just a reminder, just to reiterate from the other night. We've got new names for everybody. We got the squirrel and the fucking bullfrog. But that's exactly right, Fun Size. That's what I've been getting at. Yes. So if you'll notice now, since the petition's been born, now it is, I'm going to go attack Roadhog while he's not on YouTube, by the way. I'm going to go attack Roadhog for saying the R word. Yeah, Jeremiah. She was a bullfrog. She was never a good friend of mine. Nobody ever listens to a word she says. And she better not touch my wine. Seriously. Get away, bullfrog. Ribbit. But seriously, educate your friends and your family and pass it around and have them sign it, because I don't think anybody on this green earth should be taken advantage of the way Siwa takes advantage of everybody. She's not doing the passive aggressive begging at all lately. She's actually put a halt to that. Very self-aware. But what she is doing now is trying to be the hero, trying to reignite her hero crusade in order to show now all the people that might be looking at her, deciding if, I mean, I'm sure in her mind she's thinking, what if these people are waiting to see if they should sign the petition? And what if they see me? I better be on my best behavior. I better not talk about Brooke, and I better not start Nurse Ratchet. So played out. Everybody says 29's played out. You know, it's played out as Nurse Ratchet. Get over it. I'm not Ratchet. I mean, you're Witch Ratchet, so fuck off. But literally, hi, Truth Tells. She's on her best behavior right now. She's doing that on purpose. She knows people are watching. She's got Danny Robertson in her corner. She thinks she's all high and mighty. But I'm sorry, again, everybody wants to hoo-hoo ha-ha about it being a stretch for her racial insensitivity, but let's just call a spade a spade. Minus the racial stuff, you're still a con artist. You said last night you only did a GoFundMe because you couldn't afford your rent one time. I specifically remember the GoFundMe is asking for Christmas gifts for your kids. You said you only had one GoFundMe last night. So was it because you couldn't pay your rent? Or was it because you couldn't get your kids Christmas? Because the GoFundMe specifically said, please raise money for my family so my kids don't have to go without Christmas. I want to learn about more Murdaugh too. What's for the time? What'd you say, MG? Sorry. What was the question? I'm sorry. Where's the tent, Siwa? Instead of click link, where's the tent, Siwa? Show us the tent. She's never going to. She's never going to, and she's already said that. She said she's like, just because Brooke wants to know so bad, she'll never know what happened to that tent. I don't need you to tell me what happened to that tent. You're a snake. You're a snake. And I'll also add, you really need to be quiet about trying to gloat about things, because once again, you've let us know you're in Texas. You want me to tell you how, Siwa? Because you keep talking about those blankets that you brought. Those blankets that you brought were when? When did you bring those blankets? Well into December, right? Can anybody remember the month that she brought those blankets? Was it like right before Christmas? No, it was well after Christmas. I'm sorry. Was it January? When was it? When did we get the big freeze here? I can't remember. But what you said, see what you said, it was the first weekend of winter. You know, Tennessee has winters long before we do in Texas. And what was so funny is it was the first time that it had gotten hot in our whole state that weekend. Our whole state was preparing for a freeze. So the amount of lying that you have to do to keep your head above water on YouTube is sad. It's sad. I really think the best thing for you to do, instead of like going and squawking about Roadhog and all these other people, because he'll be back, and I really hope you do piss that man off, because I will be front row center for him to go in on you. I don't even know who he is. I know he said a lot of unsavory things, but you like to pick. Like AT2 said the other day, whenever he was doing your tarot reading, all you look for is people to fight with. Why don't you do like the one ethical thing you might have done in your whole life? Why don't you say you're sorry? Apologies go a long way, especially whenever trash bags like you do things to other people and you call them pranks. Mine would too, Hank. And then my conscience bothers me also, like, not professing this out like every chance that I get. And if it takes getting her off of YouTube to quit taking people's money, and if it takes trying to really vamp this petition, which if you have not signed it, please sign it. Only legitimate signature. So if you do have other people sign it, please let them know what it's. And we did. We put the fact that she has a whole video fat shaming women. I don't care who you are. You can't do a whole video. I mean, it's really gross. It's really rude. Every picture on there is an overweight woman. She's making fun of Amber. She's making fun of any, in my opinion, not just Amber, but anybody that's overweight. Fat shaming, fat shaming, fat shaming. And then the very last slide's just kidding. No, you just did a whole minute video fat shaming people. So now we have you as a body shamer, a liar, a con artist, a scammer. Like, we don't even have to talk about your racial insensitivity. I think everything else speaks volumes. This petition's right down there in the chat. Sarah B., I don't believe she ever bought anything for any teens. I truly in my heart believe that that was a falsified story. Like, I know I don't like the girl, but aside from not liking her, I have a huge problem. Like, I like to help people. I just have a huge problem with everything that she does is consumed by an ulterior motive. And the ulterior motive is whatever it is that she wants at that time. Everybody is dispensable. We've seen that with every last one of her friends. Everybody is, like I said, you're a warm body. When you piss her off and you aren't friends anymore, you would think there would be some kind of a loyalty that stays with people that aren't friends anymore. Just, you know, I've quit being friends with people, and I choose to not ever speak on them. You have a little bit of respect for people when you stop being friends. You don't automatically just throw them under the bus. You know, start more fights, start more arguments, because you see this as a foot in to get you a new beef started on YouTube, so you have more content because you can't think of any on your own. It is what it is. You're basically a really awful human. And I don't care how many streams you go on the quest to find out who said the R word and how many people with disabilities you put on your community tab to make yourself look like a hero or make yourself look like a person that has good morals and beliefs and values. All of us, I know I see straight through it. And it's so disgusting. So I think that the only thing for you to do, Siwa, at this point, if you want everybody to stop charging at you, stop talking about people. Stop, and she's already stopped doing her to her readings because she said she's not, even though it's a perk, okay, she stopped doing her readings because she's not gonna, she's like, I'm not getting burned anymore. Why? Because everybody's saying that you don't know what you're talking about. Your own husband just told me that you just started being a witch out of nowhere. This was before anything ever happened. He had no reason to lie to me. None. He said he talked good about you. He said you were brought up in the church and he doesn't understand where this witch stuff's coming from. And I truly believe it's a scam that you've made up now to supplement your income. I'm glad you're not doing them anymore. I mean, the spells, Siwa, that you used to, I mean, I'll just quickly go over this again because I know that there's people that have been her friend and believed in her. But I mean, are we just going to gloss over the fact that the spells that you're such a good person, but the spells that you used to ask for things to happen to people were really gross. Like, for example, let's see. If y'all see any of these things happen in the group of victims, please know it was me. Cars won't start or they get in wrecks. They lose their jobs, can't pay their bills, houses foreclose, marriages or relationships fail, legal apart, jail time, health issues, or even end up in the hospital. And then she puts, love Siwa. Oh, I forgot some. Also, suffering from severe anxiety and depression, or just overall not happy anymore with laughing faces. Does that sound like a Christian? That she would want anybody to wreck their car or end up in the hospital or have their homes taken from them? This is who you really are. This is who you were and you've always been. This is the person that came after me for no reason. You did this. You were threatening people. You were threatening them and hoping that their family members get ill. Here's some more. Being cheated on, friends and family all mad at you, phones breaking or not working, phones stolen or lost, social media taken down or removed, banned from going live. For every one person that likes a post, 10 people dislike or attack them in the comments. You lose tons of followers. But, and this isn't just directed towards me. This is a blanket statement for everybody she didn't like that she was hexing. Fired or in trouble at work, can't pay their bills anymore, lose a place to live or forced to move, cars stop working or wrecks, health issues or end up in the hospital, being in pain, suffering with severe anxiety, depression, overall no longer happy, legal trouble, in trouble with the police or the government. None of these things will stop until the ones attacked are publicly apologized to, and all posts and videos talking about these people are removed. But the second I see it again, I'm doing the curses again, and I'll never take it. That's you, girl. And I know it says Maria's old page, but that's because Maria had reposted it for her, just so I could see it. Who's Peter M? Hey, T. But that's a Christian witch? Is that the kind of spells Christian witches cast? Because that sounds like pretty evil requests. That sounds almost like I couldn't imagine praying to God for somebody I didn't like to lose their job. I couldn't imagine praying to God for somebody I didn't like to have a car wreck. But you're going to go and put into the atmosphere that people should get in car wrecks and get in the hospital and lose everything they have. And those are the spells you casted. You said you did. How does that align with the fact that you're trying to be a hero over there today? Talking about people not saying the R word when you were literally wishing almost death on people and saying that you put it in the atmosphere and that you have spells and magic to make it happen. Yeah, well, there's the proof. And I've done video after video after video, but I know for a fact now that even though people do go to her channel, I know that people are watching that weren't watching before. I know people don't know the whole story. And I really, the secondhand embarrassment is listening and watching her act like this redeeming person, this wonderful humanitarian. Basically, you know, forgive me, Mother Teresa, but the Mother Teresa of YouTube. A do-gooder, a well-wisher, a person of light, but you're wishing all these dark, horrible spells on people just a year ago. So for that, I think that it's fair because you don't seem to have, I don't think you really know where your place is. I don't think if you know if you want to be evil or if you want to be a good witch. Are you a good witch or are you a bad witch? Obviously, you're a bad witch, but I really don't even think you're a witch at all. This is a scam and a scheme you've made up, and you're gonna ride it until it dries up. I get it. That's why you're, hey, Amy Austin, how you doing? Hey, Sly, how you doing? Oh, Fun Size, hey, girl, how you doing? I'm sorry, Fun Size, I hadn't read my messages yet, but I'm going to go read them right after this. I promise, girl, I promise. How you doing, Mother Teresa? How y'all do? Because you got to. You got to kiss ass now. You see your shit's going to hell in a handbasket. And I don't care if it takes 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, or a decade. Like, seriously. I promise I will outlast you. KK, how you doing? Hey, girl. Hey, girl. And let's not forget, she's like, I never did anything to her. And I know for those of y'all have had to listen to this ad nauseum, I'm so sorry. I've never done anything to Brooke except for put like a MapQuest thing on my story, threatening to go kick her ass, and lying about me saying, sorry, Brookie Poo, we had to get some food. We need our energy. We shouldn't take too much longer, though. One of the girls with me grew up in Lumberton. She knows you. Said you're always trying to sleep with the hot male nurses at work. But they all laugh at you and then tell everybody else. Shame on you, Brookie. But you're not a liar? The only true statement in here, according to Siwa, is that she has a friend named Shay from Lumberton. So she puts this on her story as fact. That I'm some slut that goes around, hey. Meanwhile, I'm happily married. And that all the male nurses, bear in mind, I don't work with very many, and guess what? The ones I do, they're all married too. And we have normal, functional, healthy coworker relationships. Nobody tries to sleep with anybody. This is not Grey's Anatomy. But you put the shit as fact, and you expect, and not to mention the calling my job, like that was the icing on the cake. This is whenever she, I don't know if she's ever, and I don't want to cover it up, but this is like early in her little crusade on Instagram. She doxes my full name. Oh, and it was because I put her eviction documents up, but that's because she was saying she looked like a Kardashian and had like ranches and Elvis Presley grandpas and all kinds of other shit. So, oy vey. And I'm trying to be a little bit serious instead of being snarky tonight, just because I'm dead ass when I say My intentions are good. Of course, I don't like her. Of course, I would love to see. I mean, I would, but I would prefer. I dislike her so much. I would prefer somebody else take her on, and I just get to sit back and be like,
Sorry, I can't do that.
"Oh, stop!
You're not
Okay,
listening to
Siri,
our
bye, bye, Siri, go away, bye, Siri." Oh, it's an X. Okay, there we go. I would rather just chill and watch from the sidelines. Elvis is my grandpa. Shut up, Harmony. We're related. We are related. Oh, and this is what I wanted to play earlier. I guess nobody got it because I don't understand why. But like, Ann kept talking about the witness protection program. I was like, we're down with of course, it doesn't make sense if you say it now. We're down with WPP. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but oh well, you know. I better not play it, but yeah, we're cousins. Yeah. Michael Jackson's my stepbrother. This is so crazy. We really have a small world in this community. My goodness gracious. Never any proof of that, though. Unfortunately, witchless protection. Unfortunately, much like Amanda, this witch, whether you liked her or not, she's also scammed this community. So, if we could really push this petition and all the little sock accounts, Siwa, that you like to that you've created today to come in and tell me to shame me for this petition. I don't care. I don't care what they say. You are diabolical to your core. You pretend you're not. I've learned my lesson. I've done this. I'm going to show proof of this. But the bottom line is that you are evil and diabolical, as proven by the way you came on the scene to Instagram, wishing everybody horrible things to happen in their life. Things that, like, I just couldn't imagine ever. It was a whole list. I just read it. What kind of an evil person has those thoughts to where it's not enough just to dislike somebody? Now, Chantel, are you being honest? Are we still giving hypotheticals here? Are you serious? So like I said, oh, I thought you were serious. Damn, see, I'm gullible. I'm so gullible. That's funny. But really, and you know, we'll never turn our backs. I mean, we are a huge group of women. I love, love, love all of you so much. And we'll never turn our backs on anybody that sees the light, because I mean, it's only normal to be able to sit through so much of her bullshit and then really sit there and be like, if I were like Jade Travis, I'd be like so embarrassed of myself. Like, Jade, what the fuck does Siwa have on you? Why are you still so loyal? That bitch is loyal. Why are you so loyal? What you tell her about yourself, girl? What you tell her, your address? What you got? Are you scared of her? Are you? And that's what I think she still has subs for. I think a lot of her subs are scared. I think they've told her too much. I think they're scared of what she'll do. Look at how everybody else has had to leave. Nobody gets to leave gracefully from Siwa. It's like she thinks she's the fucking Cleopatra or some shit of YouTube. I don't understand. I know. Imagine if you really honestly, could you imagine, like, listen, what if one of us would have gotten in a wreck and gotten killed after she posted that shit? It's not like crazier things haven't happened. That's it. Yeah, Sunshinery, you can definitely come out of the bushes. I don't even know if she pays attention, but I know this Bambi girl that she was talking about saying the R word. Like, and again, what business is it of yours, Siwa? Nobody's going to come on my channel and say that. Nobody's going to come on my. Nobody's trying to say it on your channel. You're the one that brought it up on your channel last night yourself. Oh, she is here? Holy crap. Whoa, your ear is ringing, Sunshinery. Jesus Louises. That's crazy. Did y'all see her in here? Sarah, she is out. She's right up above. And you are more than welcome here. And I'm sorry she treated you like crap. And I'm sorry all those other ladies that like to talk like this for 5 straight hours. And that's not, if that's not gaslighting, I don't know what is. Who the hell was that? It's okay. Just channel your positive energy. And we're not going to talk anything louder than this. Even when I argue with somebody, it's going to be just like this. All those people are rude to you. MG. But yeah. If you want to come up, Sunshinery, more than welcome. I'm sure she's been lying on you too. Because it's amazing when people get both sides of the story and don't just accept that. I mean, she tells everybody, I'm saying, oh, thank you. Destin, excuse me. Excuse me. Yes. I mean, everybody, like I said, I don't fault anybody for falling for her crap. To me, she's like, catch me if you can. Like, but just way less freaking smart. Does that make sense? Like, she's like Leonardo DiCaprio's like protege, helper on catch me if you can. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's nowhere near that, but she wants to be that. Does that make sense? Jilly's back. Yay. Okay, good. Come on up. I'm so happy you're here. And it's not just because what is it the saying? My enemies' enemies are my friend. No, it's not like that. It's like people that see the light, because I strongly feel, and if I didn't, I probably wouldn't put so much effort just because I didn't like her. I'd probably do some really tacky shit, just be posting all over my Instagram and making fun of her because it's so easy to do that, effortless. Like, I don't have to think about it. But this is more, there's more to this. And I seriously feel bad for people like Sunshinery and people that are taken advantage of on the regular by this person, because it's not fair. It's not fair to be used and abused and disposed of like you're trash. I'm not judging you, Lily. Don't judge me. I look like I just crawled out of bed. The friend of my enemy is my enemy. Isn't that it? Wait, the friend of my enemy is my enemy. Or no, it's the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Close. But we're going to wait for a little bit for Sunshinery to come up. I mean, I get called a drunk all the time by Siwa. I get called just all kinds of names, and they're derogatory and they're hateful and they're not true. Meanwhile, I know that everything, if not most everything that I say about her, oh, no, I'm not judging you, Lily. I'm just saying that's what I used to do to her. You know, in fact, this was my major infraction since I've got it all pulled up. She's like, she doxed my son. She did this to my son. This is literally what I did to set her off. You ready? And I'm going to say it again because I don't care. I scratched his name out, you dumb. And it says, okay, everybody update. Located at Flamingo Park trailer or park on Pine Tree Road, but he ran. If y'all know anyone who lives there, please give them this info about my son. Please continue to share. His name is blank. If you call the cops, they will ask. He's in a white and black hoodie now and khakis and a black beanie. And all I said was this, and yes, it's rude and yes, it's snarky. And I'm not saying it's not. I'm never going to make excuses for my bad behavior. When people try so hard to be a witch, they forget they're a mother. That's what I did. Because before that, and Maria can attest. Before that, I had no idea who this chick was. She came at me and I came back and she didn't like it. I can't blame her. I'm like, who the is this tagging me and shit? Telling me they hope I get put in the hospital. Who is this Christian witch, hoodoo practitioner? There's no such thing as a Christian witch. This was me. You know, I'm like, what? And then she's like, I live in a resort. So I was like, yeah, I'm looking stuff up. And I'm like, you're evicted, girl. What you talking about? From Section 8 housing. Not that there's anything wrong with Section 8 housing, and there's nothing wrong with being evicted, but don't sit there if you're really having a hardship and you don't want to tell anybody about your hardship because you're scared that then people won't want to give you money, because that's exactly what you set out to do. And that's why you went on your Instagram asking for witch supplies initially. You did. You begged. And it didn't happen on Instagram fast enough. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't lucrative enough. So you moved to YouTube. You have been grooming this entire community since you've been here. And that's the truth. And not all groomers have to be grooming people for other things. People can groom people for anything that they want. And in your case, you have groomed people for money. And you know you have. You do it a lot. And then when things get hot and starts heating up in your room, then you start offering people that don't even ask for it for money. And you can say what's his name was asking you for money all you want to, but I sat there and saw you on that stream out of nowhere be like, hey buddy, you want some money? And then you're like, you see how of a nice person I am. You'll see I'm a nice person. You're a groomer. You're not a nice person. You are a manipulator. And no offense to you, like seriously, I understand you're a single mama too, but only one lives there. I mean, you just lie about everything. You stretch it out as much as you can to make yourself look more pathetic and pitiful to get people to feel sorry for you. And you know you do. So the quicker you just admit it, apologize, and move on, the quicker this will be over. And I mean, it's not blackmail, it's not a threat. I mean, because if you don't and you won't, then we'll just do what we can with this petition. And that's not a threat. And then, oh, what's his name on Twitter reported it because this is retaliation against my petition. No, fuck off. Everything's not about you. I should have thought about this petition a long ass time ago. What? Well, I sent her $1.50 and I said, I got 99 problems, but a witch ain't one. And she found that very offensive. I mean, shit, $1.50 is $1.50. I'd have taken that shit. She sent it back, just like she sent back the $40 I tried to send her twice around Christmas. She took it as a, I mean, I can't, which just brewed my, hi, Terry Lynn, you signed. Good. Yay. I hope everybody in here has signed. So she did not find it very lucrative. Then we gave her, and then, you know, we were just, and it wasn't just me. I mean, it's Phil too. He also sent her cash apps for like 50 cents or whatever. But she found it, I guess, a better alternative to Panhandle on YouTube. That's it. That's it. So, but Sunshinery, are you if you're gonna the petition, can we drop it one more time, guys, in the link? I mean, the link in the chat, please. And then the other day, she's making fun of me saying I'm fat. I have a big forehead. And I mean, this is just personal stuff, petty shit that y'all shouldn't care about as a whole. But Siwa, why do you do shit like that? Why do you do that? Are you that insecure with yourself? I mean, I know you are. We all know you are. But to call me fat, I would say to get it. The reason I laugh every time is because it is pretty fucking funny. But it's just funny. It would have been funny if I made fun of myself do it. But let's see, like 80. Then she called me this lady. And she thinks she's so funny, but she thinks that she's an advocate for women. She thinks that she's not rude and not hate. Like, I don't understand how, like, again, You claim to be this good person, and then, like, I know I have a big forehead, but I mean, really? And body shames, looks shames, forehead shames, fat shames, you name it. And all I've ever made fun of you for is that picture where I'm gonna do it again where you go, who are you thinking that was sexy for, Siwa? Tell me. Can you tell me? Hold on. This is literally what you look like. Do y'all know what picture I'm talking about? Teresa, do you know what picture I'm talking about? If you do, can you send it to me so I can show everybody? So I can show them that I can really do it really good. Do y'all know what picture I'm talking about? With the furry eyebrows? Come on, that was a fucking weird picture, man. You know it was a weird picture. But y'all know what I'm talking about, don't you? I gotta find it now. Come on, I've only seen it 1,000 times. That's how I know how to do it. Nobody can send it to me? That's gonna be, instead of 29, that's gonna be my new thing that I do. And now my new catchphrase is silent. Now every time somebody says something I don't like, I'm gonna go. It's so cute. It's such a good picture. It was so cute. Let me see if I can find it on Reddit, because then y'all will know. And everybody already knows. I can tell by y'all laughing that y'all know what picture I'm talking about. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, come on. Please, somebody. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. Let me see it. Oh, come on. Where is that picture? Hey, Just Doom. Where is it? At the river, at the waterfalls in Texas. No, I need to really like, listen, I've got to pluck mine. I should have went and got them waxed. It's not about that. It's just like, and I would have never made fun of her, but she's over there saying I'm big forehead, I'm fat, and all this other stuff. Yay, Sunshinery's here. Well, hello, nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you too.
How are you doing?
Could be better.
So I hear.
I just had a nice cry session myself, so.
Oh, bless your heart. I'm sorry you're catching the heat. I don't even know really what's going on. I don't even know about these other people at all, really, that you're friends with and stuff. I hopefully you're not just crying over the witch, because
it's a combination, but yeah. She's making up lies, and she doesn't even know these people that she's talking crap about, but she's talking crap about them, saying that I was talking crap about them. And it's like, it's never ending with her.
No, it's not.
And I do, and Ambulance Girl's right. I do owe people an apology, because I did sit up there on her panel, unaware of anything she was talking about. And she made me uncomfortable to the point that I would have to answer what she was telling me and be like, feel bad for her, but not knowing if people were really doing this to her or not. So as a friend, I took her side, not knowing if people were actually harming her or saying this or doing that, without looking myself. But I also didn't really care to go see what other people were doing.
You know, and I understand that totally. Sometimes you can be blindsided. You take your friend's word for things. You believe your friends. Like, I mean, we all do it. And I know for a fact that a lot of her subs don't even know the backstory. They only know her side of the story. And I'm just really, first of all, sorry, because I sat there and watched her Sunshinery. She would talk over you. She would talk down to you. She would get aggravated with you. And she really, and I mean, I think a lot of us feel the same way that are in my chat, that we all watched you get abused more or less on her panel as her friend. And I'm really sorry that she did this to you. And I'm glad that you're away from it, honestly, because the quicker the better to get away from something like that. That's just toxic.
Yeah, she used me. She did.
Absolutely. I believe that too.
She knew how to block Real, and she could have, and instead she knew every time I was up there, he would be in the back. She knew it would trigger me. She knew it would make me upset. She knew what he was doing, and she could have blocked him. I took her word that because I've never had to block somebody on my panel to know it's just a verification. Once you're verified through StreamYard, and you don't have to worry about verifying it every time.
Right.
So she made it seem like it was so difficult to block somebody that nobody else could come up on panel. And really, it wasn't even that hard.
How do you feel now that, do you feel, because I mean, the way I feel now that she was like really, typing to YouTube chats and trying to figure out could Real come up and trying to get Real up the other night. Do you think that that was just a dig at you now? Yes. I do too.
Yeah.
I didn't want to plant that in your head. I just wanted to ask you first.
If she really felt the way she felt, she was upset with Real herself because Real was going to interview her attacker from what he said, and she found out. So she was upset with him about that. If she was so upset, why would she let someone like that up on her panel?
Because it's a passive aggressive dig at you, unfortunately, I think.
Exactly.
And that's just mean and hateful because, I don't even really know all the, I just, even when I was semi-friends with Real, he would talk about you. I'm like, I have no clue who you're talking about. Y'all come from a different community. Y'all come from an anti-KJ community. Am I mistaken there?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. So, and no shade because I could feel either way about that. I don't even really.
I don't really do that on my channel, but I came from that community originally, so that's how people know me. Yeah.
And so, and I noticed that you do talk a lot about Trisha Paytas, which is she's one of my guilty pleasures too. How do you feel about her being pregnant? Oh my God.
Congratulations. As I said, it's not a puppy though. So let's hope she can go longer than a month.
Right. So, I mean, and I just, like I said, I do feel bad for you. I feel bad for, yeah, that's a good question, Heidi. She's like, if she didn't turn on you, would you still believe her lies? Or were you starting to see this already?
I had been starting to see this since December, and I was giving her the benefit of the doubt. And I was trying to leave without making a scene because I know how she is. That's why I wasn't going up on her panel anymore every night. Yep. That's why I was only talking in the chat, and I wouldn't talk half the time because I needed to get out. I couldn't be around her anymore. There was just way too much drama. I really hate drama. Like, every night was a different topic, a different problem, somebody coming at her, always the victim. And it got too much. It's like every time she would go live, it'd be like, oh my God, she's going live again.
Right. And I remember listening because I do. She wants to sit there and pretend like she doesn't watch any of us, but I watch her every single time she's live. I've gotten to the point now that I don't even go incognito anymore. Like, I'll just give her the whatever. I don't care because it's just too much trouble. But I would see you and you were like, and I could see you making excuses for not going on. And I was like, good God, I hope she's seeing because, what she does to people is, I mean, just the passive aggressive begging, the displacement and the deflection. And it's just so crazy to me that people are buying into this. And I just really, really, really hoped that, people that, and one by one, you guys are all, dropping off, and one by one, you guys are all seeing it. But I'm so worried that, just like you just said, you know how she is. You're scared to break away. That's almost like a cult.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Insane. And no shade to you, Jackie, at all. And you're welcome here anytime. And thank you so much for coming up.
I always said to her, like, have you tried to make things better with people? And I do remember the whole Anne and Maria situation. They had said people want peace. She really was so mad that Anne and Maria wanted to have peace with everybody. And now I see it for what it was. She didn't want the piece so she can continue the drama.
Exactly.
If she
And that's
really wanted
because
peace, I mean, come on.
the piece would be meaning that there would be a lot less bitching sessions and a lot more spirit boxes. And I think that that's a huge reason why she doesn't want the piece. I mean, we've made peace with, I've made peace with almost everyone. Me and Maria, you probably don't know the history there, but
No.
Maria and I, honey child, let me tell you, if Maria and I can make friends and be okay, then I can make friends with anybody, because there was a lot of, I mean, and it wasn't even that much. It was just like, you know, we're all humans. And at some points, I think I felt the same about Siwa, that
Here she is, going live in 30
time.
minutes. I got the notification.
Short amount of time. What would happen?
She's going live in 30 minutes.
Oh, of course she is. Because you're on the panel. And it's not for a tarot reading. Big deal. Like you, honestly, we
Hi,
all,
Siwa.
we would all talk about it. Hey, girl, how are you doing? But I did for 5 seconds here and there feel bad and say, like, I'm just going to squash this shit with her. But I can't. You know, she called my job, I'm sure. And she's like, oh, blows that off like it's not a big deal. But to say that a nurse of almost 20 years is neglecting her patients at work to try to get her job taken just because of some internet bullshit and because obviously her spells didn't work was a big deal to me. And I don't think I'll ever let it go. Ever. And
so she kind of started it with you. She did all that first.
She did. I didn't even know who the hell she was. And she's like, oh, see, she was filming me making that 29 video. No, I don't even know why. I said, the only thing I could think of is that sometimes, like, I've got tons of screen recordings that I accidentally swipe down and I record. Or maybe it was because it was like the unveiling of this girl named Siwa that I didn't understand why her name was Siwa and not JoJo Siwa. I don't even know why I recorded it, but it wasn't because I was after her. But I want to say that Maria picked her up. Thank you, Terry Lynn. And Maria hated me a lot then, and I hated her. And then she kind of white knighted for Maria. And out of nowhere, she comes at me like this. And I did not do any punishment to fit the crime of getting my job called ever. Ever. And, you know, and even the bad things that I've done to her. She reached out to my abuser. I didn't know he was your abuser. I reached out to your husband because you were saying you were posting pictures of a map saying you were coming to kick my ass from Longview. I mean, what else am I supposed to do when I'm like, dude, like I told my husband, and all I'm gonna say is like either we're gonna involve the authorities or my husband is like pissed. Like your wife cannot be posting maps to my house on her Instagram saying she's gonna come kick my ass. Like that's just not how we handle things. And so I don't know, but this is
she went too far bringing it real life, and that's what I feel like. We'll never call Trisha Paytas, like the people calling Trisha Paytas's infertility doctors. That's crazy.
Are people doing that?
Oh yeah, that was a big thing. They called all of these infertility clinics saying that don't have her in your clinic. She's not worth being a mother. People that do that, I think, is just, it's crazy. You can't, it's YouTube. You don't take it real life. And especially with Siwa calling your job, like she had no right. She doesn't know how you are with your patients. She's not there seeing it. Just because you make a quick 10-second, 30-second thing does not mean you're neglecting them.
I know. And thank you for bringing that up. It's just, I know, but it's sick. And so for that, and it's like, and it's not only that she did it once. It's not like she did it once and said she was sorry and never brought it up. Then it was video after video of proving and playing this thing. And then here I am like an idiot at work trying to like get a monitor that's on a patient so I can record the way my alarms sound. So that I can put them on my channel so I can show everybody like, this is the way this sounds. But I mean, it was one that everybody knows it's been done to me, but when it was done to you, you were like her best friend.
Yep.
So what spawned all this? What is your side? We've heard hers.
It's so very simple. When she first had Real up there on her panel, after promising me numerous times she would either never have him on her panel or she would at least warn me so I didn't have to be there, because she knows I don't watch him. I don't want to hear anything he has to say, and I don't care to hear what he has to say. He has gone too far with me. I made one video back in May, June, and he has stalked me ever since. It's to the point that it's crazy. But she didn't warn me, and as soon as she had him up on the panel, that's right there I knew she didn't care about me. I knew she didn't care about me. So after that, people saw what she did, and friends of mine, Steph was one of them, she left, and the second she saw Steph in Terry Lynn's chat, she DM'd me accusing me of talking shit, saying, have fun over there with Terry Lynn. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I wasn't watching Terry Lynn to know. I had no idea that Steph was even over there, but she accused me of me talking shit. I had never even said anything. Then, whatever, we went on our little merry way, and next thing you know, Dom was over there at Amber's. He was upset that night, what she had done to me, which that's a whole nother thing, but he was over there just asking questions, saying, I didn't like how Siwa did this to Jackie, and I'm hurt by it. She accused him of talking shit, but then accused me again of talking shit. I have never been anywhere talking shit about her. And I tried to say this to her. What somebody else says is not my opinion. That is not me talking shit. If you see Dom over there or Steph over there or anybody, it's not me. Come to me and say, hey, I saw this. How are you feeling? I know you're close with Dom, but how are you feeling? No, it was automatic accuse, and never wanted to hear me out. So I had enough. I had enough of her accusing me that, yeah, I did flip out on her. I did.
And I don't even know if I should bring this up to you. In fact, I'm going to put this in our private chat if I can ask you this publicly, because I do not want to upset you. Is it? Okay. You can just say yes or no.
Oh, you can talk about that, yeah.
Okay. So I found it very, very ironic, and quite frankly, I don't even know if ironic might be the best word, that she literally said on a stream the other night, whenever she had that lady that was talking like a hypnotherapist on, I keep doing that because I don't know what her name is, but
Words of Power, and she is always she's another one that her and Siwa would be really good friends. They're both the same.
Well, she could probably get her to quit yelling all the time, that's for sure. But she said in that stream that she didn't believe your SA or DV story.
That really hurt me. It really hurt me because I sit here and I believe her stories. I don't go and look to see if she's lying. Oh, you always believe the victim, but yet I can show you right now the scar on my ankle from when my ex tackled me to the ground. I can prove I shouldn't even have to put out my report to prove that I've been SA'd. It's just ridiculous that another so-called victim is saying they don't believe another victim. I've never said she wasn't a victim. I still don't. I still think she's a victim. A victim of something, whatever. I don't know. I wasn't there.
It's just so strange to me that, like, this something that we said, and mind you, I didn't say I didn't believe her because I'm an asshole. If she told a story that was legitimate and that was made sense every single time, it never changed, there would never have been a mention about any of it. But the fact that it changed is why we always bring it up.
Exactly.
And the fact that she won't admit that she's changed, and I don't know if she needs to go back and listen to her streams or what she needs to do. But the fact that troubled her, and it's made her cry, and it's made her lose, all these things we've seen since the whole SADV debacle have come out. But for her to say that to you was just mind-boggling.
Yep.
She sure doesn't like when people do it to her, but she's going to do that to you now that she's mad at you, say that she doesn't believe you.
Exactly. And now, so I remember reading a post on Reddit, which I only go on Trishy Land. I really don't go on Reddit, though, besides that. But she had said, you should see this post. And I went and looked. And it was somebody questioning, what's her ex's name? Oh, what's that?
Oh, what's that?
That was really weird. Do you have an echo on your end, or is it?
Yeah, I gotta put my AirPods back in.
Better?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, much better. Yeah,
Thank
she
you.
hexed us.
Ah!
But the post had said, like, what is her ex's name that did this? And I don't believe this, and I don't believe that. Why would he throw her out of her own car? And I was like, why are they trying to contact my ex? I mean, good luck. He's in jail right now, but good luck. But it just felt funny. And now that I'm like sitting here, when I heard that the other night, I was like, I wonder if that is one of her sock accounts trying to get more information. I'll be happy to give her my ex's name. Good luck. I mean, he'll tell you everything too. He knew he was an asshole. He knew what he did to me. I mean, my boyfriend knows what my ex-boyfriend did because he knew my ex-boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just think that she always likes to say how rich things are. I thought that was really rich for her to sit there and bring that up and say something like that whenever that's like, you know, to me, it's like something she never, that's like the worst thing you could say to her. Then she's going to go say it to you. It's like she doesn't understand the value of friendships, even in an argument. Like every friendship that has an argument doesn't have to end in hatred, but it's like she drives it that way because it's like immediate, like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like immediately she turns on you, and it's
immediate against her. If they're not my friend, they're against me. That's how she is with everybody, even a subscriber. Yeah,
I've seen it. We've all seen it, and it's disturbing, and it even more supports my theory of how she's using every single last one of you.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, and I'm sorry because it probably hurts because I'm sure you had nothing to gain from her at all.
Nothing. I honestly liked, at first, when I first saw her, I liked how she handled herself. I liked how she spoke. She seemed really fun. I was interested in the spirit boxes and the different things that she was doing, and that never really happened anyways. I mean, it never happened. I paid for a top tier thing that she's like, well, you never asked me for your spell or your reading. And it was her. She's the creator. She needs to provide the service that she's giving to people. Why should I had to contact her to say, hey, I need my spell. You never gave it to me this month, you know?
Yeah, that's just her way of counting on people not contacting her for the spell so she doesn't have to do it. All of it, like I figured that, like I've got everything about her figured out, and she hates it. And that's why she hates me so much. Because I know like why she does things when she does. I don't know. I'm not a psychology major or anything like that, but I've watched her enough to see what she's doing to people and what she's done to you and what she's done to Dom. She was offering as part of a package, and it shouldn't have to be asked. She should have it even a sign up form in her members only tab. Like, okay, everybody, it's January, it's February, it's time for readings. All my top tier members, please sign up. Let's get a date and a time. Lord knows she's not doing anything else. So she should have a completely open schedule to do this for everybody. And reminder, mini spells are 15 minutes where your large spells are 5 hours. Make that make sense. I mean, everything dwindles. The promise on her end dwindle, you know.
Well, she started this new thing where if you were a top tier, you would get half off a full reading. So if a full reading is $60 and you're paying $15, but you're getting half off, so that would be $30, but you're still paying that $15 for the membership, you're paying $45. Like, you're not really getting much of a deal off. And it didn't make any sense. I tried to say this to her, but she didn't want to listen. Anytime I talked, she never listened. She really didn't. And I see that now, unfortunately, but.
Yeah, well, you know what? Hindsight is always 2020, unfortunately, and that just applies to so many things in life. But I'm just glad that you have, I need to plug my phone in, seen the light and gotten away from it. And I hope that you feel better soon. I know your heart's probably broken, or
Yeah.
You know,
It's because, you know, when you care for somebody, you think that you're friends with them, you really care. Yeah, my heart is shattered. And I haven't been watching what she's been saying. I got blindsided going to another stream tonight, and the person was like, well, Siwa said you said this about me in the DMs. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I never said that. And I tried to explain that to her, but the other person didn't care. She was upset. She was emotional. So I posted the DM right on Twitter saying, this is the only time your name was ever mentioned. Like, this is how Siwa is. She twists things to fit her narrative, so she is the victim. Oh, she never came. She came to my channel one time, and it was for all of 10 minutes. She never supported my channel. Never.
That's well, Sunshinery, if y'all don't know, has her own YouTube channel. I'm sure if you look up Sunshinery, you'll find it with her same picture here. So if you're not liked or subscribed to her, or if you're not subscribed to her channel, go ahead and do so. We'll support you because, you know, she doesn't support any female creator. And that's a shame because you would think, you know, Jackie took time out of her life and her day and her nights all the time to be a co-host to her to get repaid this way. And I think it's gross.
Nights that I could have been in my bed with my boyfriend, you know, and said
wrangling
5,
everybody
6 hours. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. We saw it. But like we said, you are more than welcome to hang out here. And, you know, that's what Payne said. She said that's what she doesn't support anybody. She just takes. And that's a really exhausting friendship to have with somebody that just takes and never gives. Ever.
Yeah, it is. It is.
There's her link right there in the chat. Thank you, Teresa. Teresa, you're so good at this. Like, Teresa needs to be a professional mod. Like, we need to be paying Teresa. Dance mom, moderator extraordinaire. I'm gonna turn off my camera for just 2 seconds.
No problem.
But
I really do apologize if I had said anything about anyone. Honestly, I really had no idea who anyone was that had issues with her. I just was going off what she was telling me on the panels. We really didn't talk that much in DMs. People think we talked all the time. She barely talked to me. She only talked to me when she wanted to talk to me.
I'm so guilty of not answering my DMs promptly, so I'm not going to even cast any shade whatsoever. And it's because I am, and I don't do it on purpose to be an asshole.
She made it seem like we were these like best friends. Like, we were friends. I did anything she said, hey, I'm going live, drop the link, I'd be there. Like, but she made it seem like we talked way more than we did, and we really didn't talk that much.
Right. And everybody says that. Like Maria said the same dang thing. Yeah, I do work.
Actually, I think me and Maria talked more than me and Siwa talked.
Right. It's like everybody that's supposed to be like her ride or die, they never talk to her except for on the streams. It's like, hey friend. Like, what kind of relationship is that? But Heidi asks you a question. Did she ever offer, or did she pay you, offer to share any super chats with you? I mean, as much time as you spent.
No. So people had super chatted me like on her panel saying this is for Jackie, and she never gave them to me. There was one time someone sent me a super chat and she sent it to me. The other night when all this went down, she said she was gonna pay for my membership. Well, never got paid for that. I got paid for the $5 I paid for Timber's membership, but never the $15 for mine. I mean,
but she can send Jared a haircut and a $5 foot long, but not you, who's spending your time and energy to wrangle her chat, to keep everybody in line. I mean, I'm telling you, we all saw it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I just want to let you know, at least that you know that there was a whole big group of people watching and shaking our heads. Did not know you from Adam. And I also apologize because I probably talked some shit. I know I did. I always talk shit. So I can already just say, I don't even know what I said, but I'm sure I said something. And I'm sorry for that too, because I didn't know you either. And I just thought you were backing her. But we all saw you get treated like you were at any time dispensable. And that's no way for a human being to be treated at all.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sandwiches are life, though, Amy Lou. I mean, they are.
My boyfriend just went out to go get McDonald's. That's why I was muted, because he's like, I don't know what's open right now. I'm like, well, McDonald's.
McDonald's is always open. But Yeah. So, and then Amy says, we'll call out people that like the problem was she should keep it to herself. Yeah. And I mean, again, I'm going to say it again. I will start paying my membership. It seems kind of productive. I mean, you only lose 30%, Heidi. You're not really losing it. We're not losing that much. But it's just it was just sad seeing her. It's not just sad seeing her use you, but just every single person that's like it's a revolving door.
Yeah.
And yeah. And then she does treat everybody like they could be taken out like trash. And nobody wants to be treated like that. People want to be treated like they're celebrated. They are,
Yeah.
all these things. And every single person I just see her do dirty. And I'm just again floored about it, sad about it, and all the things. So that's why we started this petition. It really wasn't, I don't know why I didn't think about this months ago. Because I truly in my heart of hearts, even though like unlike her, like she always has a vendetta against her concerning calls that she makes to people, which to me are malice. So when you
Yeah.
have like and you hate somebody and you want to call CPS on them, it's because you don't like them. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. Or if you hate somebody and you want
Exactly.
to get them fired for neglecting their patients, she guises it as concern, but it's really because you hate me. And I think that she does this a lot. And whenever you have this, she uses concern as her disguise, but really it's because she hates people. She does things for a reason. But I'm getting to the point where like I do not like her, it's obvious, but I do feel bad for people like you, and I do feel bad for people like Kit Kat and all these people that I call her benefactors, because that's what they are. Like they're
Yeah.
her benefactors and they pay for her shit. So I feel
She's
like
had so many subscribers. So if she saw a subscriber over at someone's chat she didn't like, she would block them and they would come to me and be like, "Do you know why I got blocked?" I'm like, "I don't know." And then I would tell her and she's like, "Well, they were over there." I'm like, "Well, that's not a reason to block somebody. Like, did they say anything bad? No. Okay, so then why did you block them? Like, you cannot control where your subscribers go." She's like, "Well, I warned everybody." I'm like, "You cannot control where people go."
we're all
And she
adults.
never got that. I mean, even on my channel, I have people that like this creator, but they know I support this creator. They still come to my channel. We have fun. We don't talk about that, and we still have fun. You cannot control where people go. And she thinks that she can control everybody. You cannot control everybody. And that's her biggest downfall.
It
It
is.
really
And it's
is.
because she's got the mentality, like Perfect just said, of a child. And Heidi
Yeah.
even says, "You're welcome to her channel at any time. You're welcome over here at any time." I don't want anybody to ever feel sad or cry, especially over something like that, because literally you might feel like you lost here, but you really won. Trust and believe, because you don't want to be surrounded with people that just suck the life out of you.
Yeah. And that's what I
Period.
felt like. I felt like I was, like I said, every time I would see her go live, I'd be like, "Oh my God, what is she going to talk about now?" It was always that feeling of, "God, I don't want to have to do this again tonight. Again." Like, how much drama do you have? Like, she has said, and I have the screenshot to prove it, that she doesn't need to do readings and spells anymore because she makes so much money on the drama. I also have a clip of her saying that she was in her own chat and she was like, someone said, well, she was like, "Oh, well, if there's no drama, I'm not going to be on." And someone's like, "Well, why can't you come on and do this?" And she's like, "Well, I don't get the views and I don't make the money if I don't make the views. So I don't know." And her whole chat was sitting there like, "Well, you could do this. You could do this. Well, you could do this." And she was like, "I don't know. I'll just come when there's drama." And it's like, so you admit you only do drama. You make drama to be able to put this narrative out. It's pathetic.
And honestly, I every time that we talk about this, about the drama and the clicks, the views, and all that, I always put my head down because I'm guilty of it too. I mean, I've built my whole like I was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna do this about me? I'm gonna do it against you,"
Well, yeah.
and I did, and here we are still talking about it. But I know that I have the ability. I mean, I did it at the beginning of the stream. I did talk about content, and I can. I just feel like I owe people more than just to get up here and just start blah, 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 blah. So I don't do it as often as I should. But the thing about her is, it's like, again, that just shows everybody that it's all about the bottom line, and the bottom line is her making money.
Yep,
And
that is in her closet. So that that was where I got fooled. I honestly thought she really cared about those homeless kids, and we really thought we were helping her by giving her the money to buy the tent. When she said she couldn't find those kids, I was like, all right, well, get the next door neighbor app. I mean, right there, you get the next door neighbor app, you put, hey, does anyone know where these kids went? They were here on this date. Do you know if there's a shelter nearby? She could have called City Hall. She could have done so many things. She chose not to. She chose not to find those kids.
Personally, ever again. That's just my opinion, because she was like, she got really, oh yeah, I went out. I had to get somebody to drive me down there to look for them because I can't drive. We went twice and looked under the overpass and they're not there. Well, does it really matter if you're giving it to them or if you're giving them to like another whole group of homeless people that could live in a 4-person tent and be warm? Like, what does it matter?
Exactly.
And why haven't you like done something? And it's because that's what I'm saying. I think all of this is a huge con. I think all of this.
I do too. I do too.
Sucks, because I don't blame any of you for believing her, because I mean, people that have honest intentions believe people that they think have honest intentions. So, I mean, it makes sense to not question, but it's unfortunate. And I really, really hate it. Like, I don't like people taking advantage, like just Payne just said, playing on people's emotions, getting money from charity and keeping it for himself. Like, Jackie, if it wasn't for you, her ball would have been bullshit. She would have never gotten to go to Kohl's and buy all of this shit, which still did not add up. You helped her with that. You know, what did she ever help you with?
Like 70. Well, it was 2 $25 coupons, plus I gave her the coupon to get like another percentage off. So yeah, it paid pretty much for the dress. Not all the other stuff. I don't know where that factored in, but yeah. I was like, I'm not going to use it. I mean, I just bought all this shit from Black Friday, so here you go. Have the coupons.
And that's super sweet of you. And it's really nothing. I'm acting like, I mean, it's a big deal to do for somebody, because that's Kohl's Cash. Kohl's Cash works as cash if you don't know how it works. Yeah. And you know, you did her a big solid, but I just did not even. I love that Amy keeps calling her seaweed. One reason.
But you're making people aware, like. If maybe I just watched one of your streams, maybe I would have seen it sooner. You're making people aware of what she is doing. There are still kind people out there, yes, but she has a mask on. She is pretending to be kind, pretending to be the victim, and people need to see this. I don't fault you for trying to get people to see how she really is. I don't. Because now I see it for myself. I should have seen it a lot sooner. I should have just said, fuck it, let me watch one of your streams. But I always thought you were the enemy, so why am I going to watch one of my friend's enemy streams, you know?
And she does a great job painting me out to be this monster whenever she doesn't tell the whole story. She doesn't tell the preface of what happened and how she came at me and how all of it, and then threatening me to come in and saying, posting these things. Like, I didn't know this girl. I didn't know anything. And she's saying all this stuff about me trying to screw people at work, and you know, it just evolved into all this. I'm like, what the is this talking about? Like, I don't even know who this is. And she's saying I'm doing this stuff, and like everybody's like, she's like, I don't understand why she came for me, bitch. I never came for you. You came for the wrong one.
Yeah.
And I do want to make people know, I do not like vulnerable people getting anything but good treatment and taken care of. I mean, it's what I do for a living. And for her to sit there and literally do it nonstop to people and anyone that will give her the money, it just grosses me out. And I hate it more than anything. And I'm just glad that you do. It doesn't matter when you figure it out. It's just the fact that you do. Because otherwise, like I said, these are cult members if you don't figure this out and leave.
Yep. And all those times that like she would clip things from different streams that you would do, she was taking your good time away to make you look like like this horrible person. But really, you were just having a good time with your friends. And I see that now. I do, because me and Dom do an urban dictionary where we talk about all these nasty words, and it's like she might take that and make it look like we are these nasty people when we're not.
You're gonna be a pervert, or just because I have wine and that I'm a drunk. You know, I hate to break it to you, Siwa, but professionals, people that have more than one job, typically cannot balance being a full-fledged, you know, mouthwash drinking alcoholic, and then manage their jobs. I mean, it's just not possible. And I don't, just because I drink doesn't mean I'm a drunk. And that's a horrible thing to list somebody as. Just like it's a horrible thing to list somebody as a neglectful nurse and a bad mom, which she's also called me that, and all of the things. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm just gonna sit here until I'm blue in the face, or until I get some excellent editing and, you know, pre-recording skills, or whatever happens first on this YouTube, to just, you know, make it be known. And, you know, it is a fraud, Amy Lou. She doesn't have any, you know, I heard her do her freaking roll call tonight, and it was a roll call of 5. Okay. So it was like, hey, Payne, Amy Lou, Fun Size Sly, and Graham. Okay, I think we're done with the roll call. And I'm like, there is 100 people in this chat. Why are you roll calling to 5 people? It's because people are starting to see. And the people that don't, I'm afraid to death, Jackie, that they're scared to break away, scared because of what they've told her, scared of what she might do to them.
Yeah.
And that hurts my heart, that people are scared to get away from somebody that they know is a lunatic.
Yeah. I've been talking to Fun Size for quite a long time. Hate to break her heart. I found Fun Size DM me one day, and we've been friends ever since. I give people the chance to show me who they are. I am that type of a person. I want to see for myself who somebody is. And I love Fun Size. We have very nice conversations, and she was one that helped open my eyes to things. I mean, she would say, well, did you notice this? And I'm like, you know what? I didn't think of it that way. You might be right. And then the more I saw and the more I was there, she was right. She was right. But you know what? Fun Size never told me not to. She just said, I'll be here. I'll be your friend no matter what. And she let me find out on my own. And she's here now to help me. And I appreciate that. But if I ever told Siwa I was talking Fun Size, we all know what would have happened. She would have disowned me a lot sooner. She wants to be the first last name deal break. Yeah, she wants everything for a spell. So I don't know how that works. Honestly, I don't know how her spells work. I've never gotten a spell, but that is kind of weird that she wants the first name, the last name, the date of birth, everything. It's like, what's next? The social security number, the bank account number, like.
You know, in that one thing that she said, she was like, that before anybody knew her, when she lied about her age, she was like, all I have to have is your screen name. All I gotta have is your screen name. I was like, ooh, like that sounds like legitimate. That all you need is a screen name to cast a spell on somebody. Like, that's so strange. But now, like you said, they need a whole demographic list, blood type, serial number, whatever.
Exactly.
Social Security, last 4. It's really strange, but I'm just, like I said, I'm glad that you have seen the light, and I really hope that you can feel comfortable over here. Heidi already said you can come over there. You can do whatever, and you know, we're all about lifting people up, because we're not evil over here. We're just people that can free think, and that people are like, we're like, is this pitch for real? Like seriously, like it's just maddening. But I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Feel free to DM me, though, and we can talk offline.
Sounds good.
It's almost midnight, and I've got to go wash my hair and dry my hair and do all these things. And I'm going out of town tomorrow, and we have a security system, so nobody get any freaky ideas. Reddit and everybody else.
The Ring doorbell is great.
Yeah, we have. Oh, girl, it's like Fort Knox around this bitch. But I just wanted to make sure everybody is. You can even share it on your community tab if you want to. I don't know if you feel like
I would love to.
You know, yeah, just try to get it out there, because get ready to laugh your ass off and embrace your snarkiness. Yeah, I was kind of serious tonight, but normally I'm just a little bit of a shitty person that likes to laugh. Not shitty person, just snarky person.
We all need a laugh. We do.
But
Laughter is the best medicine.
Thank you so much for coming up, Sunshinery. It was a pleasure to meet you finally.
And thank you for having me.
You're very welcome anytime. But everybody have a wonderful night. Thank y'all so much for being here. And I will see y'all soon. Have a good evening.
Everyone.
Bye.